Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Atrophy of Soul, and welcome to my Resident Evil Real Survival No Damage walkthrough with Jill Valentine. I will be doing a walkthrough with Chris Redfield eventually. However, let's start with Jill in her brand new outfit that Capcom has awarded us for infecting a large portion of the population on ResidentEvil.net way back when they first announced this game. But in any case, Real Survival difficulty is the hardest difficulty in the game. In this difficulty, you do not have auto-aim. Item boxes do not teleport items between themselves. You have to deal with zombies that have far more hit power than they did in the prior difficulties. However, bosses still have the same amount of HP, which is quite nice. You also have less items, you also take more damage, and I believe that's about it. So all of those things in mind, it definitely makes the game quite a bit harder. So if you do not know what you're doing, this walkthrough should be able to help you out quite well. And this walkthrough should be able to carry you over into, you know, a normal difficulty or a hard difficulty playthrough as well. You should be able to use this walkthrough for those difficulties. But in any case, as you saw when I first got control of Jill, I unequipped the pistol because you run faster without holding any weapons. However, I do believe you run the same speed when you are holding the knife, so holding the knife doesn't really have any bearing on your speed, but holding the pistol does, so I unequipped it. You will see me unequip my weapons quite often in this walkthrough, so just for anyone wondering. So in this section, all you need to do is run up these stairs and then run back down. Once you do that, Barry will be giving you the lockpick, which is going to be an amazing item to have, because unlike Chris, Jill can pick locks, and she will not use little keys when going through the mansion. And for anyone wondering why I was like stuttering when I was running up and down the stairs, that's because if you continuously mash the run button while running up and down stairs, you will run faster. You will run, I believe, 1.5 times faster than normal, so it's quite helpful. And yeah, the stairs animations are quite long, to be honest. But in any case, after getting the lockpick, you're going to want to go this way because we are going to be picking up the golden arrow, which is the first key item that we need in the game. And yes, we are going to be encountering our first zombies that we actually have to do battle against. So we will not be using the pistol very much. We'll probably only be using the pistol for like the first 5 or 10 minutes of this entire walkthrough. So when you get into this room, you're going to want to knock this zombie down. Once he falls down, run past him. Do not kill him, because if you do, he will turn crimson later on in the game, and I'll explain what that is in a bit. So you can either pick up that magazine before or after knocking this guy down. Just do whatever you feel is right in that situation, and this is the golden arrow that we needed. So once those zombies are knocked down, and once you get the golden arrow, run over here, because we are going to make our way and actually use the arrow. So if you kill zombies, they will turn into Crimson Head zombies. However, they don't do so automatically. It takes a little while. I'm not sure what the specific amount of time is, but after you've gone through the room that they've been lying in like 3 or 4 times, they'll likely turn into Crimson Zombies. And the Crimson Zombies are far more powerful, and they are a lot faster than normal zombies, so you really need to be aware of which zombies you're killing and which you aren't. However, if you do not want a zombie to turn into a Crimson Zombie, you will have to burn it with a lighter and kerosene. Now, there are exceptions to this rule, obviously. The exceptions being these 2 zombies. I'm sure there are some other ones as well, but these 2 zombies will not turn into Crimson Heads. They will completely despawn once you've killed them. And that, I think, is because there is actually a boss that you can fight in this area, at least in the area to this in this vicinity. That was absolutely redundant to say, but yes, at least there is a boss battle downstairs in this area. So I don't think they want Crimson Head zombies running around here for some reason. So even if you don't kill these guys, they will disappear later on in the game when you've acquired a certain number of items. They'll just completely disappear. They won't be here. And you will be able to run here without any hassle. However, the reason that I'm killing these guys is that I'm going to be running through here a few times, and also I want to pick up these shotgun shells, because the shotgun is going to be our primary weapon throughout the pretty much entirety of this walkthrough. So yes, once we go a little further, the pistol is going to be gone and forgotten. So right here, you're going to want to examine the golden arrow in order to take off the arrowhead, and we are going to be using the arrowhead on the slab over here in order to gain access to this tomb. And once we've gained access to the tomb, we are going to run down here and get the Book of Curses and examine it. So yes, very, very awesome. I really love that they use the examine mechanic quite often in Remake. They really expanded up on it quite a bit, and it makes for some very interesting puzzles. But in any case, we have acquired the mansion key from down here, so we are going to be able to unlock quite a few places and move on in our journey here in Resident Evil. So, yes, I actually think this remake is absolutely awesome. I've been playing the Dolphin emulator, GameCube version of this game for quite some time. Obviously, I own the original one, but I've been playing the emulator one because it's in HD, or you can upscale it to HD, and it looks quite nice, but not as good as this game does. So, in any case, right now we are running to this area to use the mansion key for the first time, because we are going to be picking up a chemical to use on a weirdly mutated plant. And over here you can pick up a defense item. This is the dagger, and what the defense items actually allow you to do is they allow you to take a hit. Well, they allow you to get grabbed. So if a zombie grabs you from the front, Jill will automatically take out the dagger and stab the zombie in the head, which allows you to move on and not take damage. And these items do not show up anywhere else in the series. This was the first time that they were implemented, and they were an awesome implementation in my view. It's really cool in my opinion, and I really love this mechanic that they added into this game. So back here was the chemical that we're going to need. We are also going to be picking up another dagger because, again, we're going to need it on this difficulty, just in case some zombie decides to grab us at one point or another. It'll be very, very handy. Something you need to be wary about, even when you're holding defense items, is that if a zombie or monster grabs you from behind, you will not be able to defend against it. So be sure to have be sure to be facing the enemies that you're going against, because yes, you will take damage if they're able to grab you from behind or swipe you from behind or whatever it is. So right now we are running to get the shotgun, and the reason that I've taken this path this time around, because there are various ways to complete this game. There are quite a few. However, I think this is the best for real survival because it doesn't require that you go through any unnecessary rooms or anything like that and backtrack or anything really. Well, we're gonna have to backtrack no matter what, but not backtrack too many times. So since we've gone through this path, Barry will actually save us from this trap here. And that will allow us to acquire the shotgun without using the broken shotgun to deactivate this trap in this room. So that is quite handy in my opinion. And we will also be getting something else from Barry later on in the video, because I've gone through this path. So in any case, now that we have the shotgun, which is going to be our primary weapon, at least for now, because we're going to be getting another gun, quite soon, actually, in this video. But yes, now that we have that, we're going to be putting away some items into the item box. But before we can get to the item box, we're going to have to dodge a zombie. And for anyone who does not know, it's easier to dodge zombies while they are on the stairs because they cannot grab you while they are walking up and down stairs. They can try to vomit on you, but for some reason they just can't grab you. They do not have the mental faculties to be able to grab you while going up and down stairs for some reason. So that makes things quite handy. So what you're going to want to put away in the item box are the knife and the pistol, because we are never going to be using those two items again. We will be using a knife again eventually, but it won't be that knife. So, as you can see right there, I kind of baited the zombie. It works very similarly to how it does in Resident Evil 4, where you run toward the enemy for a split second, then back up, and they'll attempt to grab you. And once they do that, you have a little bit of time to run past them without having to worry about being damaged. However, zombies will react differently. There are two ways that they can react to that sort of bait and switch that you're doing there. But before I go into that, we are picking up the lighter and the dog whistle from here. And we are going to need these items in order to get another mansion key very soon. So when you run in this room, stick to the wall on the right, which will be on the left right now, and the zombie will not be able to grab you. However, when running through here, you really need to watch out for that zombie because he is always in different positions, and you really need to be wary of him. He can be a real pain, to say the least. However, right now we are getting the acid rounds from Barry because he has kindly found them and gave them to us, which is quite nice. But yes, in any case, so the way that the zombies react, there are two ways they'll react. The one way is that they will automatically lunge at you. The other way is that they won't lunge at you at all. They'll just continuously walk toward you. And when you see that they're just continuously walking toward you, you will have to do a sort of arc around them in order to dodge them. It can be very irritating when they decide to react in that way to your bait and switch tactic or whatever. But yes, for the most part, it works pretty well. And you should be able to get around zombies pretty consistently using that technique. However, in this room, you're going to want to use the dog whistle. Be sure to equip the shotgun, and when the dog jumps at you, or when you feel that the dog is too close to you, be sure to blast him and pick up the collar. It'll usually take 2 shots to kill him. Once you've picked up the collar, just get out of here because you do not want to waste ammo on the other dog that spawns in this room as well. So once you picked up the collar, you're going to want to go back here and take out this zombie. There's no reason not to take him out because we're going to be coming through here a few more times and it'll be good to have him out of the way. So yes, for the most part, from what I can tell, he's one of the zombies that gets decapitated very easily. He has a high % chance of getting decapped from what I've heard. So yes, right now we are going to be picking up an ink ribbon and the battery, which works very much like a taser. It's another defensive item that we can use against the zombies. So yes, and thankfully those defensive items don't actually take up inventory space. They have their own little mini inventory for the defensive items. And for anyone wondering, that is the broken shotgun that you would have needed had Barry not saved us and had we not gone through this specific path in the game. So yes, right now we are going to go save the game for the first time. And we are going to put away some items because right now we will not be using the acid rounds. We are going to be saving those acid rounds for when we fight the poisonous snake. And yes, we will not need the mansion key any longer either. So you can be sure to put that away because we don't need to go into any of the other rooms that it unlocks. So yes. You could have put these away already, but I guess I decided to put them away afterward. But, yeah, so the mansion key, the acid rounds, and the ink ribbon. So later on in the game, we will be coming back to this safe room when we fight the snake. when we have to return to the mansion later in the game. So what we are doing right now is we are going to use the dog collar. However, this is the first time that we will be encountering a Crimson Head zombie. And it's this zombie right here. I don't know who took that zombie down. I don't know why they took it. I don't know why they took down that zombie, but whoever did left it there and didn't burn it, and that's why it turned into a Crimson Head. So from now on, when we go through that room, we're gonna have to deal with that Crimson Head zombie, which can be quite dangerous, but he's not impossible to get around, as you will see very shortly. So what you're gonna want to do here is pick up the mansion key, then examine the collar. And once you examine it, something that looks sort of like a key comes out of it. So you turn it around, hit the button, and it extends to look exactly like a mansion key. So we're going to be placing this fake key into the slot here, and the trap will be deactivated and we can leave this room. Quite nice indeed. In case you were wondering, if you do put the mansion key back, this trap will deactivate too. That's why you need the fake key. So yes, once you're leaving here, be sure to run straight to that middle door so you can avoid both of those zombies, because you do not want to get slashed or grabbed by either of them. And as you can hear, there's a zombie about to break out. So once he breaks out, you can either just try to bait him and dodge him. It may be able to work for you, but I just opted to shoot him in the legs and leave, because I didn't want to risk trying to shoot him in the head and not getting a headshot. However, right here, a zombie will be right near the door. This is the zombie that was on the other side of these... Oh, Jesus. Sorry about that. Someone just called me. I most likely edited that out. But, yes. So that was a zombie that was on the other side of the balcony. And for some reason, when coming through that door, he's on that side. So I decided to take him out. I would suggest taking him out. Try to get a headshot or just do something, because he can be really annoying. And we're going to be going through there at least 2 or 3 more times. So I do not want to have to deal with him. So right now, we are going into the room with Forrest in it. And for anyone who's played the original version of Resident Evil, or the remake previously, you know who this guy is. However, before going to him, we are going to get this dagger, which gives us even more defense items. And the reason that we want to come in here is because Forrest apparently had a grenade launcher, which did not help him out very much against those crows that pecked him to death, but his loss is our gain. So yes, the grenade launcher is a very useful weapon, obviously. However, when you do not have auto-aim, it is a lot harder to use. It also seems like they have made the arc of the grenades a little shorter, or something like that. It doesn't seem like the grenades actually shoot as far as they used to in the original release of Remake. So every so often you'll find yourself having to actually aim up when shooting the grenade launcher, which can be somewhat of a pain. But in either case, after going in there and getting the grenade launcher, you're going to want to run over into this room, and you will find Richard.
You're wounded.
And Richard has just been poisoned by the giant snake, and we will definitely want to save him from that poison, because if we do, we will be able to get the awesome weapon that we will be using as our primary weapon for the rest of this game. And that weapon is the assault shotgun. So yes, Richard will eventually drop the assault shotgun for us, and it will be glorious. Glorious, glorious assault shotgun. How I love it. So. So this is why I killed that zombie. Again, I don't want to deal with him. As you can see, I'm running through here. Once again, and the zombie that I shot in the legs is going to be in a different area when I come back here, which helps me out immensely, which I'm very grateful for. So for anyone wondering where the serum is, it is down here in the safe room. We will need to check the cabinets on the left side of the safe room, and we will find the serum there. So once you leave Richard in that room, excuse me. But yes, once you leave Richard in that room, you have 4 minutes to save him, 4 real-time minutes. So be sure to use your time very wisely. It may sound like a lot of time, but it really goes by quick. Richard can die quite easily. So with that being the case, before we actually give Richard the serum, we are going to be using the chemical on the plant, the weird mutated plant tentacle monster thing in this room. And once we do that, we will be able to get the first death mask. So you're going to want to use the chemical here and then turn the valve to the red side. For anyone wondering, if you turn the valve to the green side, it will kill all of the herbs that are in this room. And for anyone who needs them, there are plenty of herbs in here. If you need them, you've been damaged, whatever. I will not be picking up any health items, obviously, because this is a no damage playthrough, and it's not advantageous whatsoever to pick up any herbs like it was in Resident Evil 4, because at least I could save the herbs and sell them to the merchant. In this game, I can do nothing with herbs when doing a no damage playthrough. So yes, now that we have the death mask, we're going to want to run straight to Richard. These zombies will break through the windows, and whenever we come back in here, those zombies are going to be in the area. They're not too hard to deal with, though. For the most part, you'll be okay. So this is the area from the very beginning of the game. The first zombie that we saw in the game, actually, was the one that was back there. And here is the dining room that we started in. So we're going to be running through here and back to Richard, as I said earlier. And once we save him, we are going to be using the lighter for the first and only time of this playthrough. So yes, there are going to be plenty of items that we only use once, that can actually be used multiple times. Actually, I do end up using the lighter again to burn zombies, just to show you guys how the zombie burning mechanic works, just in case anyone doesn't know how for some reason. So yes, I ended up doing that and a bunch of stupid stuff at the end of this video. Not having to do with damage, just having to do with me running back and forth into the safe room and stuff for no reason. Stupid thing to do. And I did not edit it because I don't want anyone to think that I edited my damage or something out of the video for some reason. So yeah, this zombie you're going to want to kill, because if you don't kill him here, when you run into the room up ahead, he will go into that room, and yeah, he's just going to be a nuisance. So just take him out here. Don't worry about him turning into a crimson zombie, because we do not go into this area very often. Actually, we're probably going to go into this area once more, and after that, we'll never come back here again. Not this specific room, but this area in the back. So you're going to want to use the item. You're going to want to use the lighter on the candlesticks there in order to illuminate the room. There's a zombie back here. You can either try to dodge him, you can use a defense item on him, or you can just kill him like I did. Whatever you feel is best, just do it. And once you kill him, get the musical score from the shelf back there, and leave this place. So that's all we needed from this room. We'll never have to come back to this specific room. However, we will be coming back to this area very, very soon. So yes, I had quite a time making this no damage playthrough. I've actually never tried to do a no damage playthrough of Resident Evil Remake, but it was not bad whatsoever. I have not done the Chris one just yet, but I know it's possible to do. It shouldn't be too bad, but getting the little keys and finding a perfect path through the mansion without backtracking too much over dead zombies might be a little bit of an issue when just planning out a route, but for the most part it should be okay, and it should be a pretty similar route to Jill's, with a few detours due to little keys, because he can't just unlock doors. So in this room, we're going to want to pick up the emblem. And once we do that, we're going to want to run back into the area where we saw the first zombie just standing. So we're going to run up there. I think I tried to bait him, but I ended up having to use a defense item. So there that goes. Now you know how that works. So as you can see, he was like one of those shambling zombies. He didn't, you know, try to grab me. He just kept walking toward me. Those are a bit harder to deal with, but yes. So right now we're going to want to push this shelf forward once and pick up the other musical score. And then we're going to combine these two together. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, so combine these two together and then use them, and you will play the Moonlight Sonata. So, once it plays, a hidden wall will open up, and we will need to pick up the other emblem and put the dingy and corroded looking emblem into this area. Once we do that, we can get out of here. I don't remember what that thing on the floor is. I think it's like a note or something. It's nothing of use. So, let's just continue on. And for anyone wondering, I will be putting up a normal playthrough of this game on my channel eventually, where it shows all the cutscenes and everything, because for this playthrough I'm skipping all the cutscenes. I don't remember if I said that earlier in the video or not, but yes, skipping all the cutscenes, obviously, as you've noticed, because it just makes things a whole lot easier, especially when doing a no damage playthrough. But in any case, so you're going to want to put the golden emblem here, and then we're going to have a puzzle to do. So this puzzle is very easily solved. What you are going to want to do is turn the gears, and you're going to need to turn the large gear twice to the left. Once you do that, the puzzle will be solved, and we will be getting a brand new item. And for anyone who is wondering, the way that you figure out this puzzle is with that picture on the left. As you can see, the one guy's getting stabbed in the face, other one's getting stabbed in the torso. So one hand is pointing toward the helmet, the other one's pointing toward the armor. And yeah. So now that we have this mansion key, we will be able to go up against the giant snake that bit Richard earlier. And for anyone wondering why I do not have the acid rounds, we are not actually going to be fighting the snake at this point. We're just going to be encountering him in order to get Richard's weapon. Now, if you guys do not want the assault shotgun for whatever reason, once you go into the snake room, all you need to do is pick up the death mask and leave. You don't have to wait for Richard or anything like that. You can just leave him with the snake and just let nature take its course. But if you do want that assault shotgun, which I do highly recommend on this difficulty, you will want to stay behind and wait for Richard to be swallowed whole by the snake. So that is the last time that we need to use that mansion key that we just picked up. It's only useful for this one room. And yes, here is the giant snake. I believe its name is Yawn. But when you first encounter it, Richard will come in here. Be sure to dodge the snake. You do not want to get bitten by the snake here. What I do here when Richard is around is just keep running around this pole. And yeah, I just let Richard fire at it. It's pretty easy, but you do need to watch out for when the snake lunges at you, because it has quite a large area of effect when it does lunge like that. So down goes the snake, apparently. Sadly, this is one of the few cutscenes that I can't skip for whatever reason. I never understand why you can't skip certain cutscenes in games. I mean, there should not be issues with loading or anything like that, so... Especially on this HD remaster, so I have no idea why I'm forced to watch this scene. But yes, there goes Richard, and there is his shotgun, that sweet, sweet assault shotgun. So right now we're going to run back here and get the death mask. The reason that I wait for this point is so that the snake can come toward me so that I can easily get Richard's guns. But I didn't wait that long this time around. I should have waited a bit longer, but I guess I was a little more ballsy than usual. But in either case, we got everything we needed from that room. And we will not be encountering that snake again until a little further, not a little further, quite a bit further. I think not until like the 3rd video in this series. But yes, now that Richard is gone, a zombie will be in this room. And as you can see, you can dodge him quite easily by going through that little path that I did. So there's not much more to go in this video specifically. So if you want to, you can kill this zombie right here if you're not feeling very confident. Especially since we have this extra shotgun. The older shotgun we're not going to be using ever again. So whatever ammo you have in it, you can use however you want to. I am going to be killing a zombie downstairs with the shotgun, which is one of the zombies that I do recommend killing. But the other ones, I don't think. I think you can kill at your leisure. So to solve this puzzle here, you're going to want to push the top right statue, then the bottom left, then the bottom right, and then hit the button in the middle. Once you do that, you will be getting the jewelry box, because, you know, what woman doesn't need a jewelry box in her life? And yes, once we get this jewelry box, we are going to be running to the safe room. And we're gonna be taking out some zombies as well, because I decided to just take out some zombies and burn them to show you guys how the burning mechanic works. Thankfully, this zombie was just walking toward that door, so he made it really easy for me to dodge him. Again, if you want to, you can kill him with that shotgun if you have enough ammo. If you do not, and you only have ammo for the assault shotgun at this point for whatever reason, I'd say just use a defense item on that zombie, since we have quite a few at this point. So right here, I was going in to this room in order to pick up the ink ribbon, because I'm going to need the ink ribbon to save in the save room downstairs. However, what I forgot to remember was that I have all my inventory slots completely filled. So for anyone watching, you can unlock the door but don't go into it, then run downstairs and put away the lighter and the old shotgun. And be sure to take out the zombie downstairs with a headshot, if at all possible. And yes, then you can put away the old shotgun and put away the lighter, because we will not be needing those again. But if for whatever reason you do not decapitate the zombie, then you can burn him and not put away the lighter just yet, because we're going to need the lighter in order to burn him. Which is one of the more annoying things with Jill. One of the very few annoying things with Jill, actually. Because for the most part, she has a very easy time in the game overall when compared to Chris. She has more inventory space, she gets the lockpicks, she doesn't have to deal with the small keys. She gets the grenade launcher, which Chris never gets in the game. And yeah. So right here I was contemplating as to whether or not I should burn the zombie and use those last 2 shots on the zombie upstairs. And obviously I decided to take the old shotgun and just take out the zombie upstairs. And I also decided to just show you guys how this kerosene mechanic works. So you're going to want to fill the flask with kerosene. And I don't know why I was clicking on that. But yes, so for now I was just putting that away because I wanted to make sure that I had enough room to show you guys, or have enough room to get the ink ribbon upstairs. So this whole last section here is unnecessary. Again, I was just doing a bunch of random stupid stuff. You don't really have to kill that zombie because we are going to be leaving the mansion very soon. So honestly, I didn't have to burn any of these guys if I did burn them. And right here, I was kind of annoyed because I really wanted to burn that guy. And I was just like, you know, I just wasted all this time just trying to burn these guys for no reason. But yes, honestly, this whole end section is kind of a waste of time. It's just me screwing up. I also screw up by going upstairs and picking up one of the items that I'm going to be using in the next video for a puzzle there so that I can get one of the crests. So in any case, put away the kerosene bottle, or the kerosene canteen, put away the lighter, and put away the old shotgun, because we are never going to be using those items again in this walkthrough. So right now I'm going to be running upstairs to get the ink ribbon. And yes, that's something I forgot to comment on. When you go into this room and you come out and you go into it again, the zombie will pop up, as you saw. So you need to be very wary of that. So right here, I went to get the ink ribbon, and then afterward, I thought it would be good to try to just solve the puzzle for the end of this video, but I didn't take into account that I would need 2 item slots for the puzzle. So yeah, that idea went out the window pretty quickly after I pick up the key item that I'm gonna need. So right there, I picked up the herb, thinking that there were shotgun shells back there. I think in the original Resident Evil Director's Cut, there are shotgun shells back there. I'm probably mistaken, but I don't know why. I just thought there were shotgun shells back there. But yes, I cannot solve this puzzle right now because I don't have enough space. But if you want to know how, you pick up the lure of the bee, then there is a hook on the back wall here, where I'm going right now. You combine that hook with this golden bee, and then you go to the left where you see that broken glass. You'll pick up another bug item. Then you will place the lure of the bee into that glass area, and then place the other bug where we got the golden bee, and hit the button, and that will be the end of the puzzle. You'll be seeing that in the next video, but sadly I just picked up that one in this video, which was very, very stupid of me to do. But in any case, that is essentially the end of this first part of my Resident Evil No Damage walkthrough. Hope that you all enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and be sure to return when part 2 goes up very, very soon.